That's a really high percent. And it says, while most of the other 19% only reported slight worsening of symptoms, quality of life, and anxiety or depression, while most of the other scores were also still significantly improved at the follow-up, but showed some deterioration. So patients also reported fewer doctor visits, less medication. God, it's amazing.
Saving money.
Yeah, saving money. And with long-term, after they had hypnosis treatment. So this was after they had a few hypnosis treatments. And it says these results indicate that for most patients, the benefits from hypnotherapy last at least 5 years, which is a lot different from the research I've talked to.
The emotional baggage that comes along with it. And, and like you see, I mean, some people are spending a lot of money on drugs and not really getting much benefit from that. So, Mitch and I are expensive hypnotherapists. The best doesn't come cheap. But you save money in the long run.
That's right. Oh my God. Not only save money. I mean, it's not even really. I mean, that's a great benefit. But
that's the least.
You save your life is really. I mean, you get to enjoy your life. And I've said it before. I think we're joy-seeking beings. We're here to have a good time. And again, we're gonna for the next few shows, we're gonna be constantly having different ways for people, different ways for people to relax. There's so many different modalities and techniques and. I mean, like I said, as simple as breathing. So,
that's right.
Excellent. So I wanted to go ahead and give you this website. So if anybody wanted to look up any more of this research, you could find this at www.ibshypnosis.com/IBS-research. So if you're interested in 3 pages, probably a lot more, you could probably find a lot more than this.
And
I just printed this
There's some
out.
really significant studies by major journals, scientific journals, and so that's nice too, folks. If you want to ask your doctors about this, and for anyone who's watching who has been diagnosed with IBS and is interested in hypnotherapy, please talk to your doctors about it. In other words, we're not trying to say, oh, come to us, those doctors don't know anything. Let's work together. We'll work with your doctors, give them this research, and ask them about it. And see what they have to say. And then we can talk about how hypnosis can even strengthen the benefit of some of the medications that you may be on, or we can work with your nutritionists. The point is use all the resources available. Use everything. Use breathing, use yoga, use Tai Chi, use hypnosis, use medications. Do what you need to do, but honor yourself and find a way to get back into life and really enjoy it.
And like James said, this isn't, hypnosis is not to be used instead of your medical doctor. Mm-hmm. This is in relationship with, really to build a relationship with your hypnotist and your doctor as well.
And that's important because we don't always know what's happening with that person's body. So, folks, always remember it's really important to get that medical opinion so we can be clear on what we're actually working on. Because you don't want to mask symptoms of something else.
And I know in my practice, James, I won't even work with somebody unless they come to me. And my first question is, have you seen a doctor about this?
For me too. So don't get on my website and want to book sessions if you haven't seen a doctor, guys.
And again, James' website is www.santafehypnosis.com. That's www.santafehypnosis.com. For James Serendip, if you want any information on, well, not only IBS, James has great information, and also we talked about the kava, and he teaches Tai Chi, so he can answer lots of different questions about how stress affects your body and how to get rid of that. So
happy to.
Appreciate your time, James.
Thank you, Mitch.
Yeah,
My
thank
pleasure.
you. And thank you folks for joining us, and you all have a great evening.
I cut you off there, Mitch.
That's okay. It was just me. I'm still here.
You're still here. You still get to say whatever it is you'd like to say to our viewers tonight.
That's right.
So thanks to certified hypnotherapist James Serendip for that fascinating interview on IBS and all of the problems that come with it, and then also the solutions. And what's really cool about the autonomic nervous system?
What's cool about the autonomic nervous system?
It is cool that researchers have found that it's not truly completely automatic, that we do have some control over it by using the power of our mind, and that we can choose different techniques to enable the relaxation response, or what Dr. Herbert Benson wrote about, the relaxation response.
And I know we've talked about the relaxation. We've come really close to actually telling you what it is.
I know, and I cut Mitch off from doing it, and then I've never let him talk about it since.
We just keep getting distracted. So I'm actually going to talk about it today because I think that breathing is really important. And, Dr. Herbert Benson actually wrote his first book in 1975. He was a Harvard medical doctor and came up with just an amazing he actually coined the phrase relaxation response.
Am I supposed to tell you to put on your glasses?
Oh, yeah, because I look at this and it's just a big blur, and then I just sound like an idiot trying to read this, so let's be official. Okay, so the relaxation response, what it actually is really, it's a state where you're physically relaxed and mentally alert. And you talked about that with Reverend Nancy Ash the other day about mindfulness.
Right.
And breathing with mindfulness, where you're actually, your body stays really relaxed, but your mind stays really alert and really focused with a lot of clarity. So it's not about laying in front of the TV.
So it's not vegging out.
Not vegging out. It's not about sleeping. It's really about clarity, where your body just gets really relaxed and you have intentional thoughts. So, in fact, I've got this great article about Dr. Benson where it talks about, from his book, The Relaxation Response, written in 1975. He is actually an author of, he either authored or co-authored 11 different books about the relaxation response.
Oh, wow.
I think he did like 180 research papers, which has turned into thousands of people researching this over the years. So
fantastic.
Here's what he says here's the 6 steps to the relaxation response. 1, according to Dr. Herbert Benson, sit quietly in a comfortable position. Number 2, just close your eyes down.
I think
3,
you're my hypnotist, Mitch,
right,
because I'm really wanting to fulfill the suggestions here.
Go for it. Relax. I'll read all this. You go into a nice, quiet little trance. Number 3, deeply relax all your muscles. And he talks about doing a progressive relaxation. So beginning at your feet and progressing up into your face, and just keep them relaxed, just focusing on keeping them relaxed, and take your time. He says this is something you should do over 10 to 20 minutes. So start at your feet and just slowly move up your body, relaxing every muscle, every nerve in your body.
Mitch, this is sounding a lot of what we do in some forms of the hypnosis work that we do. This sounds very familiar.
It's very similar. I know that back in the 70s, that whole transcendental meditation thing became really good. Late 60s with the Beatles and the Maharishi. They went to, did all that transcendental meditation and the Om Mani Padme Hum. And, it was really big. Well, Dr. Benson sort of got on the bandwagon with all those people and went over to and studied those Tibetan monks. And through studying those monks, this is what he came up with that was an Eastern way of doing this. He brought this back. He called this the training wheels for the West. So this relaxation
That's really
response
apropos.
is never apropos. We're a little bit slow on the meditation thing. These people are doing this since they were kids. In fact, they have a science of breathing back in the East, which they call pranayama. And prana is life force. Breathing is it's their life force. Your breathing life force.
We're actually going to show a video on some of these things you just talked about in a little bit. So I will let you continue the relaxation.
All right.
Response.
So we're up to number 4. Breathe through your nose and become aware of your breathing. So as you breathe out, say the word peace silently to yourself. For example, you'll breathe in and out, and just whisper silently, peace. Breathe in and out. Just whisper peace. Excellent. And just breathe easily and naturally. Just let it come easily. Number 5, continue this for 10 to 20 minutes. You may open your eyes when you're done to check the time, but don't use an alarm. When you finish, sit quietly for several minutes. At first, you can sit with your eyes closed and continue breathing. And eventually, just quietly open up your eyes, but still stay sitting there and breathing as you open up your eyes. Kind of give yourself some time to integrate. And don't stand for a few minutes, he says. And number 6, I think this is the key to all of this, Brandy. Do not worry about whether you're successful in achieving a deep level of relaxation at first. He talks about it as it's actually a skill. So maintain a passive attitude. Permit the relaxation to occur at its own pace. So when distracting thoughts occur, don't dwell on those distracting thoughts. Just return to whispering peace. With practice, the response should come with very little effort. So practice the technique once or twice daily, he says, but not within 2 hours after any meal. And I think that would be because our nervous system, our body's really focusing on digestion, so it would be hard to focus on just the breathing. So